What's shaking, people? Back with another reaction, back with another cover of Duran Duran. And once again, shout out to Izzy for giving me access to the Tribute album from 1997, which features a number of groups that I know reasonably well. Only a couple that I know like quite well, and then a few others like Less Than Jake, Real Big Fish, where like I certainly remember them. I heard some tunes, but they weren't bands that I followed super closely. But yeah, we're gonna listen to a tune that I know, or by a band, a cover of a Duran tune by a band. I know even a little bit less, which is to say we're going to listen to the Deftones cover of the Chauffeur. Now, those of you who know my Duran reactions will know that the Chauffeur really hit me really hit me hard, and it was one of my favorite experiences of any kind of reaction. Like, it just was really a fun experience. I've come to enjoy it pretty much as much as any other Duran tune. Careless Memories and some of the other early ones I'm very, very fond of, but I would say the Chauffeur is a contender for like my favorite Duran track. So I'm excited by this cover, but the Deftones, I had thought of them as sort of like a metal kind of ska band. I was looking on Discogs just because I was curious like what city they're from. They're from Sacramento. They started in the late 80s. So again, this tribute album is about a decade after they got started. But they're listed as sort of like an art, like metal band. It's like they're a metal group, but they sort of like defy a lot of conventions, even of like a handful of different common sub-genres of metal. So yeah, and my understanding is that as time has gone on, they've gone more and more down the like road of their own sort of flavor of metal. Whereas like early on, I think they were considered nu metal, which I don't know, is System of a Down nu metal? Again, this isn't like a sort of area of musical knowledge that I am particularly expert in. So yeah, I'm not sure of that, but I think the phrase that was used in relation to the Deftones' work at first was nu metal. In any case, yeah, I think I went to a show where they played, but I don't think like I remember them playing. I think we must have showed up late, like just in time for like the headlining band. So yeah, I don't have much of an expectation of what this will sound like, other than it'll probably be hard. It'll probably have, sort of like heavy bass, because, a lot of the nu metal, as I'm understanding that phrase, it's like lots of like double bass, like drum work, and, very fast, sort of like rhythmic sections and sort of alternating, like, precise stop start, slow fast kind of alternations. So we'll see if that's what it's about, but that's based more on my perception of the genre rather than anything Deftones specifically. Regardless, let's get it. This is Deftones and their cover of the Chauffeur on the 1997 Duran Duran Tribute album. thought it would come in harder, but I almost like the tension. Violent mental image. Watch you leave me further behind. Faithful cover. That's what I was waiting for. Come on. I fucking love this. Apologies for my potty mouth. This is my favorite cover so far. Not by a small margin. I'm stunned. Climbing, like, grand feel of it all. Happening all over again. I'm not going to give a standing ovation because then it'd be awkward to be like looking at my torso, but honestly, that's a genius cover. One, his singing, he really went for like Simon's style. I'm not saying it was identical, I'm not saying all those melodic twists and turns were of the same quality, but I give him credit for really trying that, and I think doing it well. Number two, I figured it would get hard and sort of aggressive by the end of the tune. I thought it would come a little bit earlier, but what I would say overall is that it was less altered than I thought it would be. It was more like true to the original. Yeah, it had a heavier feel, especially in that final section. But yeah, that's just a genius cover, and in part because I think it stayed very true to the original. So amazing. I love it. It makes me want to hear more Deftones. Bottom line, really cool. Once again, shout out to Izzy. I really appreciate you bringing this to my attention. Took me a little while to get to it, but now that we're here, I am very much enjoying it. Yeah, favorite one so far. Let me know if you agree. Let me know what you think of the album overall. Again, I know Izzy made clear from the very beginning that some Duran people are going to be like, this is just too weird, I can't deal with this. And admittedly, there have been one or two comments to that effect. But at the same time, I think there's been a couple other people who said that, you know what, that's actually, pretty cool, and I appreciate, like, that they're bands that, are a lot harder and a lot, sort of tougher in terms of their aesthetic and their image and their reputation and so on, but they can still rock out with a Duran tune. I love it. So do let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.